A very warm welcome to BNSN, the stock game. Well, the benchmarks are doing pretty flat at this point of time. Sensex gaining just about 47 odd points and the Nifty also just marginally higher, gaining 9 points. But what is the F&O side of the market up to? Let's go across to Darshan Mehta and get an update on the same. Hi, Darshan.
Look, after yesterday's roller coaster ride, the markets are stable. Nothing much is happening. A lot of these frontline stocks have again started seeing a lot of accumulation. Mid caps aren't moving as much as the large caps is. Now, if you're looking at the open interest build up, it's pretty flat for the Nifty as well as and the bank Nifty is seeing a little more open interest build up of almost 6.5%. Option data indicates that in and around this level is where most of the positions are being taken. If you're looking at the put writers, they are active from levels of 8,800 and 8,900, and call writers are active at levels of 9,000 to 9,200. Pharma as a space is doing extremely well. All the frontline pharma stocks are doing well, be it counters like Lupin, Sun Pharma, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's. All of them are contributing significantly in today's trade. So if you're looking at some of the other counters which are in focus, Kane announced a cut as far as their capex guidance is concerned. So that one is down in trade among the top Nifty losers today. IT stocks are doing well. So counters like HCL Tech, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, all of them are gaining. But TCS is a little down in trade given the fact that there is an analyst meet today, and not too much confidence is there on the stock today. So this one is under pressure ahead of the analyst meet that is there today. DV's Lab is seeing significant amount of open interest build up, 16%. Fresh buying is seen on the counter. UBL is doing well. Reliance Infra post acquiring Pipavav Defense is up in today's trade on decent open interest build up. Idea and ACC are the two counters which are falling in trade. So as a pack today, if you're looking at it, IT and Pharma are doing well, while Cement is seeing a lot of selling in today's trade.
Yep, Darshan, that's exactly what we're spotting right now with the broader markets as well. Thanks so much for giving us all of those details. So very quiet for the frontline indices, but as Darshan flagged off, there are two pockets of activity. It's mid-cap pharma as well as mid-cap IT, and that's exactly what I'd like to touch upon. The fact that the broader markets, are seeing a good degree of outperformance, while we're lingering lower, just about nudging those gains. The CNX mid-cap index has not consolidated whatsoever. It's been holding on to its smart gains, and ditto is the case with the small cap end of the market. In fact, it's at the day's high right now, so almost 60 points gain there. And if we look at the CNX 500 gainers, it's clearly those two themes which are playing out. AstraZeneca has now built onto its gains even further, so it's a double-digit gain on that counter. And in fact, it's currently at 965. Great going for eClerx and a lot of those mid-cap IT names. So there's Mastech, InfoEdge India. All of those counters are up and about in trades right now. Zensa Tech is the other one doing very well. Aban Offshore, Amtech India, both up by 7% apiece. So that's great going. And Spark once again on the radar right now. So holding out smartly in the green. A lot of defenses, so the likes of Imami also are not doing too badly. Marico, Colgate, you are seeing all of those counters holding up. I'd just like to flag off the price volume breakout as well. HUL is what we should pull up for you on your screens, because this one has steadily, since the time we've seen ITC react very poorly to all of those announcements that have been made in the budget. Remember, the counter has been under a lot of selling pressure. There's been a lot of interest in HUL since then. And in fact, after being a little bit sluggish for the last two trading sessions, HUL has now snapped that two-day fall. It's moved very smartly from levels of 916, 2.5% higher right now. So that's at 940 as we speak. So great going for an HUL as we speak. And there's a lot of counters which are seeing pretty smart price volume breakouts. We had a Whirlpool as well, which saw its best gain since the 2nd of February. As we speak, the counters at about 704, so up by a good 5%. But let's move right on to the stock game, and here's a quick look at the rules. Our three experts are given a notional amount of 5 lakh rupees. They create a portfolio with a total of 4 stocks. One stock can be selected from the F&O space, and at the end of the week, the person with the maximum money will be declared as the winner of the stock game. Let's introduce then our three experts. Joining in, we have Sharmila Joshi of sharmilajoshi.com, Rajesh Sharma, technical analyst at Bezelgroup, as well as Ashish Maheshwari, who's the director at Blue Ocean Strategic Advisors. Okay, let's take it to individual stocks then. And Sharmila, you've picked out ENIL. Take us through the rationale here.
Yes, I wanted to go with some play within media and related, and I think ENIL with the kind of numbers that it delivers and the kind of business model that it has is a very strong play within the mid-cap space, which is why ENIL.
Okay, that's a call coming in on ENIL. In fact, the target price that Sharmila had set out of 620 has already been met on that one. Well, let's now move on to Rajesh Sharma's first trading idea, a buy call on Sun Pharma. Rajesh, yesterday the stock saw a stellar move. In fact, the rally continues here as the stock is up in trade by 1.5%. What do you have to say about Sun Pharma?
Morning, Awan, and morning, viewers. Well, the stock rose handsomely yesterday, and today also, even as we speak, it has made a new 52-week high and a life high. Well, the counter got ignited after the news of US FDA approving the new drug application for anti-epilepsy drug, LSPA. The thing is that this is a $40–50 million revenue, opportunity for the company. And this has ignited the counter. And as RSI just entered the overbought zone, and the stock is already in an uncharted territory, I feel the stock can scale another 8–10% from the present levels.
Okay, that's a word coming in on Sun Pharma, looking very smart in trades today. Let's move right on then, and Ashish, discuss your first recommendation. And in the banking space, you're choosing to go long on Axis Bank futures. Do you think that, given the kind of moves that we've seen on the surprise rate cut, that most of the banking counters as a whole are going to see a pretty strong leg up in this quarter, and Axis Bank, you think, is your favorite?
Precisely. In fact, if you see my portfolio, Axis Bank is appearing in my portfolio just twice in this week itself. So I'm quite bullish on the prospects of Axis Bank, and this budget announcement of FDI and FPI clubbing is also a big positive for Axis Bank. And after this 25 basis point repo cut is again positive for banking sector per se. And yesterday we saw a big profit taking when the stock came down from 52-week high of 659 to almost 610. So I was playing for a bounce back also today. But going forward also, once market settles down and stabilize, this is going to be one of the best performing private sector banking stocks. So for today as well as in the series of March, this is one of the best buy in banking bank.
Yeah, she's clearly bullish about the prospects of Axis Bank futures. And Sharmila, your next pick from the FMCG space is Colgate. The target price that you've set out is about 2,000, which has been met. In fact, the stock is currently trending around 2050 levels. So what do you think? Should you have placed a higher target price for this one?
Well, markets have been volatile, which is why I went with a lower target price. But I think broadly, any stock that I've spoken of, in the last 4 days, they all have substantially higher upsides because they're all really long-term plays. It's the restriction of the game that makes you have a shorter target, really. So I think holds true for Colgate as well. You're on a very strong wicket within the FMCG space, and I would continue to be long on it.
Okay, great going for Colgate. We've been seeing quite a bit of traction. Today is no exception. Great going on that counter, up by a good 4%. Let's move right on then and discuss an Alstom TND then. And Rakesh, you've picked out that counter, target of close to 627. You think it's a good time to buy right now?
Well, the stock made a life high yesterday, and it made a life high of 660 yesterday and closed pretty down because of the market. In fact, it was one among the few stocks which exhibited strength among the falling market. As you know, that the capital goods sector has been steadily rising after the budget. So it did a little bit of catching up with this peer group like Siemens and ABB. Well, the stock is now in an uncharted territory, so technically there is some more steam left in the stock, and I feel the stock will continue to seek higher levels with intermittent corrections, so one can stay invested.
Okay, more steam left in this stock and one can stay invested is the word coming in on Alstom TND India. Let's talk about Zivan Housing then. That is Ashish's next pick. A buy call on that one, but unfortunately, Ashish, you have been stopped out on that counter.
Yes, in initial sell-off, my stop loss got hit. But if we see fundamentally, the stock is on very sound footing. They recently raised almost 500 crore by QIP, and they'll be one of the major beneficiary of government plan for housing for all till 2022, because DHFL is a company which operates in tier 3 and tier 4 towns in India, and this is the place where most of the low cost housing
Okay, that's a word coming in on DHFL. And the counter, in fact, as you can see, over the last 6 months has been fairly active. Ashish giving it a big thumbs up, despite the fact that it's a little bit quiet in trades today and that his stop loss has been hit. But I think let's get the calculators on to tell us who is currently in the leading spot. And it's the last and final day of this truncated week of the stock game. Sharmila Joshi's calculator is up on your screens. Well, for now, seeing a little bit of pain on ENIL, where she's been stopped out. Colgate and Spark have hit the target. 3,800 rupees is what she's making, about 0.7%. Rajesh Sharma, well, for him, he's got 2 target prices have been achieved on McNally Bharat as well as on Alstom, and he's only seeing a little bit of pain on BEML. It's a 4.38% gain, so 21,900 rupees. Ashish Maheshwari up next. Well, unfortunately, stopped out on Prism as well as Eveready, but in fact, DHFL, pardon me, but on Eveready is where he's hit the target price, so great going on that. And on his total calculator is about 3.4%, so 17,000 rupees. So as things stand, Rajesh is in the #1 spot, followed by Ashish and Sharmila. But we'll take a quick break, come right back with lots more.
From being in every second can in the world, to shaping automobiles, from securing futures, to empowering over 6 million dreams, from connecting the world, to enabling over 1 billion conversations a day, from building your homes, to the highways that get you there. From styling your wardrobe every 3 seconds to bringing you the world of fashion. We are a big part of your life because we know every small moment is big for you. Aditya Birla Group. Big in your life.
Happy anniversary, baby.
Anniversary? Your gift is in the car. I'll just get it.
The new Polo with the 1.5-liter TDI engine. Power when you need it.
Happy anniversary, baby.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
The square root of... You are late. What is that?
Right arm over the wicket, sir.
सर, क्रिकेट का कीड़ा तो होगा ही ना जब हो क्रिक बज का मोबाइल ऐप, सुपर फास्ट स्कोर्स, क्रिकेट न्यूज, क्रिक बज।
किरण, हैप्पी बर्थडे। हमारा घर।
हैप्पी बर्थडे मम्मा।
तुम्हें कैसे पता?
रोज बोलती थी ना, हमारा घर हमारा घर।
SBI होम लोन्स में हम भी पढ़ लेते हैं आपके मन की बात, इसलिए हमने इंटरेस्ट रेट्स किए हैं कम, खासकर महिलाओं के लिए। SBI होम लोन्स।
हमारी पहली सैलरी।
बुनियाद जितनी गहरी, इमारत उतनी बुलंद। कमाना शुरू तो इन्वेस्टमेंट शुरू। सोचकर समझकर इन्वेस्ट कर।
सोचकर समझकर इन्वेस्ट कर।
NSE द्वारा निवेशकों के हित में जारी।
हजारों बच्चे सड़कों पर खेलते हुए हादसों का शिकार हो जाते हैं। बच्चों, खेलो डट के, बट सड़कों से हटके।